And she describes how they were 2 days out from Grimdock. They were crossing. There was a particular. She gives you more details on the location where it's like, oh, we were crossing to the south, and we had heard that there might be another village where we could get supplies or something. And it was the middle of the night. We were crossing through, and overhead we heard these lights and strange whirring sounds, and there was a lot of shouting and these strange noises, and they said, just run, and we all just took off, and I was amongst the crowd, and my brother, he was there for 1 second, and then he just wasn't, and then I was alone in the forest by myself, and that was the last I saw of him.
How did... God, no.
Harkin, we've had a very stressful day. I understand that your priority is finding your brother, but we need to rest.
I'd agree. We've done a lot today.
Damn it.
Would I know how far away Grimdock is?
Give me a general intelligence roll.
Okay. Which one's intelligence? Intellect. Duh. That's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Wow. Yeah, you know exactly X amount of days. It's about 2 weeks journey. Like, I mean, it really depends, because the problem is a lot of the roads are chewed up, and it's very difficult to estimate an exact time. It's like, oh, if you were flying there, you could get there in like a day as far as like a jet plane, but in under a day. But if you're just crossing like on foot, or if you're crossing with like a vehicle, like maybe, you know, a week, 2 weeks or something, on foot,
okay,
really long.
Harkin, that's such a long ways away, and we don't know where he went. I want to help, I really do, but...
Alright.
I can't leave Basil that long.
Oh, I know. I wouldn't make you. I wouldn't ask you to. We'll just rest tonight, and I'll figure it out tomorrow, I guess. Claire, how did you end up in that tank? How did you end up in that building? Whoa.
I had arrived, eventually I had arrived in Sactus, and I had just been asking about Harkin, and eventually there were some people that I spoke to who were like, oh yes, we know where Harkin is, and after that moment I blacked out. That was the last thing I remember.
It might be best to... The city has a very negative opinion of people with powers, so it might be best to not imply any kind of... Especially now that they know who he is. If you're out in the city again, it might be best to keep that on the more confidential side.
They're down low.
Are you talking to Claire,
yeah.
like, don't be asking around or something, or don't? Okay, gotcha. She's like, okay,
yeah.
I've learned.
Let's just get some rest, and we'll figure it out later, I guess. We'll just rest for now.
Okay. Now with Donovan, where are you going to be doing? What's your plan? Are you going to be staying with them or heading back to the city or something?
If I'd probably leave a crane and head back to the city so that my parents don't get too suspicious of where I always am.
So this is the part I am a little bit curious. Like, what do you, what's your like day-to-day life? Like, do you actually have a job that you do? Or are you kind of like the rich boy who it's like the parents go off and work and you're just at home? Like, I forget how old your character was, like roughly.
Didn't you say you were?
There's a spot for age.
Didn't you say you were like
said
late
there's a
teens
spot
as
for
an adult,
age.
but teen?
Late teens, yeah, young adult is what I said. I didn't write down a specific age, so I want to go ahead and say 16, 17. Like 17, probably.
Harkin,
then-
how old are you?
Okay, 17.
22.
Okay, cool. I'm not the oldest. Just curious.
But it probably would be like, yeah, my parents generally go and they're out doing business all the time, so I likely have plenty of.
At 17, you might actually be in
I mean,
school.
I'm a rich person who needs.
I'm a rich person who needs school.
Oh yeah, you might
I
have
think
like.
you're a rich
student-
person, so you get to go to school.
It
Because
works
I'm
against
pretty
you
sure
now.
that Basil does
I
not go
think
to
it
school.
depends. There's a threshold. It's like you're rich, you get to go to school, and then there's you're rich, you get to pay to not go to school.
I'm learning daddy's business.
I mean, I could go. I could have studies. It could be like homeschool potentially if there's not a lot of. I could have like a tutor. Or if you want me to be like a Spider-Man high
Okay.
school boy, I could totally do that. But
And he's definitely not excited to do that.
No, that's fine. It's we'll say like the high school. I think probably the homeschool tutor could potentially work. I'm just curious, like, because this is like I am trying to establish like
what's
what
your
do you,
life like? So I
What do you
can
do in the
screw it
city?
up?
Like when you're not super.
I
what's
almost
your
think
life
with based
like?
on how you have been able to kind of leave during the day, I would think like a homeschooling tutor-esque person. Because then you could be like,
Yeah,
not
I think
today,
it's like-
Xavier, and then leave.
Yeah. So much more posh than. No, yeah. So it probably is like I have studies that I can't like fall behind on or anything. But my parents are gone enough that I can just kind of leave the house without drawing too much attention. I could like disappear, and the tutor will be like, "Oh, where is he? Oh, he'll turn up eventually."
Okay. Yeah, it's also as far as the parents, like your parents' business, it could be like it potentially inherited, like they've just been passing it down, or it could be that they're even like politicians where they just make
That's what I
money by
was
doing
sort of
deals
thinking,
with
'cause
other.
I was
people.
thinking like they're some of the people who
Okay.
do not like superpowered individuals. Hence why I do not tell them that and cannot let them know.
Okay.
But also kind of why I don't like that mentality.
And then they- And plus they probably make their money by doing deals with people where it's like, oh yeah, we'll help you establish this thing, we'll make this thing a law, we'll make sure that these people get paid to look the other way for this thing. Okay. And I'm trying to think what else. Anything else I need to establish? It is. I was even considering like maybe they're like setting you up, trying to set you up with like a girl or something because they're like, oh, this family's really powerful. We'll set you up with there, but that it depends. Is your family
Would that be a
old-fashioned
terribly
like that or
common
not?
thing in Sanctus or in like
It would only be of like the elite families or people who are trying to, who are kind of scummy, who are trying to like get their way to the top.
I'm not sure if I want to
marrying out their
roleplay
kids.
a weird romantic situation.
I'll do it!
Like Harkin.
No.
My family's trying to set up Harkin with a.
Oh no, I'll be your weird romantic person. Here, yeah.
No,
My name's
I-
Rosaline.
I'll just say that they're like if there is a girl in your life, they would be very interested.
Yeah. Okay.
Who this person was. We'll say that.
Oh my god, the one time Heidi and Donnie are seen together in public. So, Donnie, my boy, word around town.
I was in my mask.
Donnie, my boy.
No, like there's this. I get demasked. People see me in my actual identity, and I'm with Heidi, and like my parents say something, and I'm like, oh fuck, they're gonna die. And they're like, who is this girl? Like that's what you were taking away from the
They
situation.
didn't even care that you were running around in a mask.
They're more interested in the girl I'm fighting crime with than the fact that I'm fighting crime.
Yep.
Oh god.
Okay.
Oh god.
Yeah. But anyway, we're gonna. So you guys spend the night. Claire is sleeping at Harkin's place. Harkin is sleeping at Harkin's place. Heidi's sleeping at Heidi's place, and Donovan is back at his home. And you guys spend the night, and then it is the next day.
I'm gonna go over to
That's what we
Harkins.
ask ourselves every.
Right.
I'm gonna go over to Harkins and bring Basil with me. How old did Claire look?
Okay. So.
Yeah,
so-
we'll do this.
I guess I have to give her an age.
We'll cut with Donovan, and Donovan's at home. He might be like, might be working with the tutor or talking with some people. He's going about his doing some like morning things, and as you're going about, you hear what? You hear the
like sirens.
Yeah, like some sirens, and they're going out across the city.
What's going on? Is there anybody at the house with me?
Yeah, there are some servants running
And
around.
Xavier,
and
your
they
tutor.
hear this alarm as well.
Is that his canon name now?
Yeah, I like it.
Part of me wants to make it, but then the other problem is that we
Hey,
audience doesn't know
not
that.
on the internet.
and so there's
Don't forget, he says,
all right, fine, Xavier.
Master Donovan.
Oh, hello there, young master.
What's going on? Why are the alarms sounding?
I don't know. It's perhaps we'll get some kind of a call, or there might be something broadcast on the radio. The television.
How successful would television be, considering like only a
makes-
handful of people would have it?
It's people, and the thing is, it's a very large city, and it's like a broadcast over the entire
like how many
city.
channels would you even have?
but it
There's
could
only
be-
like a handful of people.
There's like one
That's the
or
important
two,
thing I'm thinking about. Is how
honestly.
does television work?
it's being broadcasted on radio and television and over the speakers.
and pages.
And pagers.
But but I do know that this alert is telling us to get to one of the oh god,
Shelter?
it's a sanctuary. What's it called? It's it's like a safe shelter. Yeah, to a shelter.
Okay, you gather up the rest of the staff and get there. I'll make sure that everyone else. I'll try and gather up anyone else in the house.
Ah, yes. You make sure. Do be careful. Do make sure that
Absolutely.
you get there as quick as you can. Actually, you are our major priority here. Like, you don't need to be going around, trying to rescue the servants. We are here for you. Actually, give me a perception or a persuasion to be like, no, I.
Okay. That is a 15. It's like, you're here for me? Well, I'm here for you. You guys get to safety, I can find my way.
Your mother and father
They
will
would also be
furious
furious
at
if
us
you disobeyed my
anything
orders.
As the sirens
happens to
are
you.
still going.
Yeah. Yeah. And you hear chattering from some of the other servants where it's like, I heard there was a rift apparently that was opening somewhere around the city.
You guys...
It's just awkwardly like,
this is Marcos going, Actually, you guys get yourself to the safe zone. I know where it is. I'm going to find my parents. I'll meet you all there.
All right. So the servants are running out. They're going down, and they are motioning you to follow. But you're like, no.
I'm gonna get
going
all of
to
you fired.
Find the other servants.
Can I make a
And then you're
stealth roll to try and? Actually, wait. Does it seem like there's a lot
Sneak
of
away.
people? Like if we're do we have a place to evacuate to in the house, or is there just like a place in the city to evacuate to?
There are several
how big
locations
are the
inside
crowds
the city
outside?
to evacuate to. Looking down, it's I'd say it's like it's fairly crowded on the streets, but it's not like super dense. It's not
does it
like
seem
people
rather
packed
organized?
in. It's more of roughly like people are panicking, and there's over the loudspeakers they're blaring like, "Do not worry, Sanctus Police has this. We will handle the situation. Please calmly go." And it's like there's propaganda and stuff going on over, and they're people in military uniform.
That's the
Oh God, the bad detective Garrett.
Yeah, it's Detective Garrett on the loudspeaker.
Everything will be fine.
Don't worry, everyone be calm. We're all gonna die anyway.
Okay, so I'm gonna follow the servants, but once we get into like a crowded enough area, I'm going to try and slip away. Yeah.
Give me
Line
a
up
stealth.
into an orderly fashion for your new alien overlords.
Oh, I totally forgot how much ranks I put in the stealth. That's a 15.
15. Okay, it's like you kind of. You're like, oh yeah, I'm going this way, and then you're like amongst the crowds, and then you kind of duck your head a little bit, and then off to the side, and then you go to an alley.
Yep, and I'm gonna head to my hideout. I'm happy because I rolled a 9,
Okay.
and I forgot that I have a +6 in stealth. So
Nice.
As you are running through the streets, it is like dead silent because a lot of areas had gotten evacuated, and so as you're running, it's just
The
like
sirens
it's
have
quiet,
even
and your
stopped?
footsteps are echoing through the city. Other than the sirens,
No
are there.
other sounds.
Sorry, it is quiet as in it's from other sounds. You only hear the sirens and your footsteps as you're going
is it
through the city, just
nighttime?
are echoing
Are
off
these
of the buildings.
night sirens?
Ah!
No,
These are
it's
morning
morning.
sirens. Okay.
It's morning
Nice.
sirens.
Nice.
You get to
All right, I'm
your
getting
headquarters.
I'm pulling on my my coat, and I'm looking through. I'm scrying through my origami cranes to try and figure out where Harkin and I was almost said Twyla and Heidi are. See an elf.
Right. Like I said, I was taking Basil over to Harkins.
Okay. You are going through. So Basil's like, yeah, ha, ha. He's laughing and kind of playing, and is like picking up and is like, ooh, look at this. Oh, it's so pretty. Like pointing towards some of the flowers, and is like playing with some of the butterflies. And give me a perception roll.
Sounded like a heavy die.
It wasn't. Perception. That's awareness plus perception? Or, yeah.
Awareness plus
Oh.
the ranks. So your perception total should be just what you add to your die roll.
Right. I think that is 19. 19.
What was the number? 18. Sorry, you keep cutting out. So 18, I believe, is the number.
19. Yeah.
Oh, 19. Okay, so in the distance, you do hear the sirens coming, and but they're very soft in the distance, like.
I say, Basil, we need to hurry up. Come on. And I start kind of fast walking to Harkins.
Also, in the distance, over some of the treetops, like you go over a hill, and through some of the treetops, you see a glint in the sky of purple and red, and it's almost kind of like the night you see there's a bit of purple and red, and then what you see beyond it is the night sky, and it seems like it's part of the sky is discolored in a certain location that you can see over the trees, but you only see a bit of it.
Okay. Yeah, I walk quickly to Harkins.
Anyway, you get over to Harkins, and Harkin, you're going to have to give me a perception roll to see if you, or to hear if you heard it. And Claire is going to give a perception roll.
I got a 16.
Claire rolled a 1. You're at home, and your ears perk up, and Claire's
Harkin
like,
also
what?
has
Do you hear something?
Yeah, by the way, yeah, I hear a ghost? No. That sounds like a siren. I go and I step outside, like I open the door to get a better ear and kind of look around a bit. Running.
You see Heidi coming with Basil.
It's Heidi's here. Science.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Heidi, hey, what's going on?
I kind of point at the discoloration I saw and said, I'm not sure.
Do I see what she points out?
Give me
18.
a perception check. 18. You squint and you see it, and it's, once again, the problem is it's very hard to see. There's a lot of trees, but you do look out at the distance and you see a glint.
Okay, eyes
what
go
you
wide and
think
he
is a
just
rift.
kind of freezes up, shaking, as he just notices what it is, and he's just kind of... No, you could say this is almost like a phobia of his.
Yeah, the last time when
Yeah.
it opened up like
So
right on top.
he actually, now that he sees it, he just starts visibly shaking and isn't moving. Otherwise.
Okay, Claire looks out the window, sees you just still, and she opens the door, comes out, and says, Harkin, what is it? And she starts trying to shake. She does not see the rift, so she's just shaking you.
He's just like hyperventilating now as he's trying to bring himself back in. He's just...
So
What the fuck is wrong with you, Harkin?
So she's like,
This is gonna be the end of this session. We will have like saved
Yeah.
the entire city, and your sister's gonna have no idea anything. She'll be like there, staring at it.
I don't understand. We need to leave. We need to leave now. We need to leave right now. Claire, grab the gun.
No, what are you...
We need to leave.
Where do
We
you
need to
plan
leave.
on going?
How old
Harkin.
is Claire?
She was the younger.
Claire, I believe you would
I
establish
okay,
I
like
think.
17.
Yeah.
maybe?
Wait. Oh yeah. I think it was.
said younger sister,
Sammy was
so-
the youngest, and Claire was like middle. I think.
Okay.
I think.
Okay,
if I'm
gotcha.
remembering correctly.
All right. I was curious because
Or it's what I remember was that your
That was
brother
it. That was it. Thank you.
older
Sorry.
and your
Yep.
sister was younger.
I was middle.
So Sammy will put him at
Okay.
just to establish it. Sammy will put at 25.
all right. I was just wondering, like, how old is this person you gave a gun to?
I know, I was wondering that too.
Obviously, a child.
Check, and she's like 5 years old. She's like 5 years old. She's like, don't worry, I'll protect you. Pow pow.
Okay.
We need to go. We need to go right now.
Where do you plan on going?
Away from here. We need to leave. We need to leave. We can't be near this. We can't. And I'm like in the room, like grabbing things, getting a bag together.
Harkin, have I seen one of these rifts before, Ben?
Now, here's the thing. That's kind of up to you and your backstory. I will say that they're starting up, but they're still
Okay.
relatively rare. So I'm going to leave that entirely up to you. Do you feel like there is the potential, if you have been wandering through the forest or through the woods, you might have
Okay, I'll
seen
roll
one,
for
potentially?
So didn't you say when we were making characters that like all this
Okay, just do it.
super stuff comes from the rifts, or is it just there are some people who have superpowers regardless?
Yeah.
I was born with them.
Yeah, it's the way I was putting it is that you could potentially have gotten your powers from the rifts, but there is the potential that it came from somewhere else.
I haven't seen a rift before. No.
You have never seen a rift, so you're looking at the discoloration, and you have heard of them. Everyone has heard of stories.
So do I know what
of these
happens
things,
with them?
You can ask Harkin.
I know. Well, I was gonna, but
yeah, Harkin does.
I
Ask
don't-
Harkin, it's just a bunch of panicked.
so how do you? Oh,
I will tell you, Harkin, is that it's if you're near a rift, it just immediately gushes
God,
out the
yeah.
aberrations, just entire. It's almost kind of like if you have like
Oh,
an egg.
okay,
like
okay, cool, thank you.
If it's like baby
Okay,
eruption,
got
it's
it.
just like
yeah, no,
just pours out.
I am definitely in a big ol' hurry.
okay.
And
We have to go. Why? Because of the
Spiders,
aberrations?
no.
No, because of spiders.
I'm grabbing my things. I'm telling her as I can see she's confused. I'm like, it's a rift. It's a rift. The aberrations just pour out of it. We need to leave now.
She is genuinely scared. She's like, like a rift, aberrations, the city.
We need
They're
to
all
leave.
dead.
Yes, we need to leave now. There's no
Everyone.
chance. We need to get out of here. Claire, I love that.
Okay.
Claire, yeah.
No fucking shit.
Okay, so me and Claire are prepping. We're just grabbing shit, and we're
Okay.
literally just gonna start heading back to Grimdock, oddly enough, just to try and find Sammy. That's our plan.
Okay.
Currently.
Do you tell me?
Yeah,
that?
if you're just hanging out, like we're leaving. I'm heading back to Grimdock. I'm gonna find my brother, and we're getting together, and I'm leaving here. We're out of here. We're not.
If the rifts were that bad and there were aberrations. Oh wait, I didn't ask about that. Never mind. If the rifts were that bad, wouldn't Grimdock still be?
What?
Wouldn't what?
What if the
You kinda
rifts
cut
were
out there
that
for a
bad?
second.
Wouldn't
All right.
Grimdock not be a good place to
We're
go?
not going all the way back. She said 2 days away, right? Okay, then we're heading.
That's still
toward-
pretty close on foot, Harkin. But okay. I don't know where my mom is.
Your mom is back, or your mom is actually in the Downs doing her work because she works during
So
the day.
her mom is in the city, and actually that brought up a good point though. As we're packing up, I stop and look at Heidi, and I was like, "What about Donnie? We all have cranes. We
Try
pull
to-
out."
I'd
Yeah,
I'd already
right.
be on my way to them.
Okay, so as you guys are talking, Donovan
You
flies
called?
over and lands. And also, as Donovan was like flying
Yeah,
towards
yeah.
them, because I assume you got on your super suit and flew towards them, you had the best vantage point of just seeing this colossal opening in the sky and how you can see bits of reality kind of cracking, almost like broken mirror. And you see that at the edge there's that red and purple glow, and then beyond it is this almost like it's this darkness, and similar to a night
they
sky
are
but
night
without
skies.
any glow coming from it. And this is it's coming from actually outside the city, or in the outskirts, by the Bloodstone Peaks, which are these there's a series of these hills and mountains, and they're kind of like medium size, and they have this kind of red color to them, so they call the Bloodstone Peaks. And there's an opening, and anyway, that's where the
So
opening
it's like
is.
just
All right.
barely outside of the city.
And this is like the best way to describe is it's like looking out across the ocean, like, and you look towards the horizon and you see just this giant opening there, and like a
All
giant
right,
cavernous mouth.
I would land, and I would probably have been like checking up with them on my way there, like just scrying on their location. But I would be like,
Yeah, so actually, I'll say that you were probably listening in
Yeah,
on this
yeah.
entire conversation right now.
No, it's gonna be like, if you guys want to run, that's fine. I can't. I live here. I don't know about. I understand you wanted to go Harkin, and that's fine if you want to. I do think though, like I said before, you have you have some amazing powers, and you could do some amazing good with them. But if you want to leave, I can't make you. I can't make you stay.
He's like darting eyes between you, Heidi, Claire, you, Heidi, Basil, Claire. Like,
Oh yeah, Basil's here.
and he just fine, God, fine, okay, let's. We need. Oh God, okay. Claire, stay here. Help, take care of Basil. We have to do this.
Okay.
And he's like kind of prepping himself, rubbing his eyes like, I can't believe I'm about to fucking do this. We shouldn't be doing this. We have to do this. We shouldn't be doing this.
Alright, so there's a used car lot. Can I hero point and say that there's a used car lot somewhere? Or not a used or like a
Junkyard.
Yeah, sure.
The junkyard. Not a used car lot, but like
Junkyard.
a lot with cars that were used at some point.
Junkyard.
There's a junkyard on the way. I'm going to go and try and animate as much as I can. The rift is in front of the Bloodstone Peaks. So if you guys want to meet up there and get ready to hold whatever this is off, I'm gonna meet you there.
Okay.
All right. Okay. That's closest thing to a plan that I have. Let's do this.
Oh,
Okay, also, as far as you're animating, you're just animating
Yeah, I guess
one
I'm gonna
big,
animate just
correct?
one big.
You could do, you have 15 levels of it, so you could split and do, like, a 7 and a 7, and then have a 1 or something, let me think. 7.5, 7.5, or something like that. Have 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But it would decrease there.
Yeah.
While he
Effectiveness.
goes to do that, I'm pretty much like gonna, I guess, grab Heidi and like try to suit, because I got my speed business and leaping and whatnot, so I was just gonna try and get us over there quickly. So that's my plan.
Okay. So
I'm gonna
you
animate a big car.
You animate a. I'm gonna say that you might animate like a truck.
Call him Optimus
and
Prime.
It's almost. Yeah, I'm thinking almost like Optimus Prime, and its arms and legs are its. You know how it has these like pipes running up and down the up and down on its underside. Those are the things that it's like using as its arms and legs, and then its head is the front cab. So you are going through the city, and you have this giant truck that's like,
All right.
brum, brum, brum. And it's the Downs has a lot of people have left to the evacuation centers, so you're going through the Downs toward the Bloodstone Peaks. And as you guys are going there, the Rangers, the people, those who fight against the aberrations, they've set up this perimeter there within the city. And a lot of them are waiting. They have guns and weapons and stuff like that ready for whatever's coming. And as they're sitting there waiting, they hear brum, brum, brum behind them. And they turn and they look and they see your truck
It's fine, trust me.
behind, just running. What? And they're like, is that an aberration? Like, what the hell is that?
Friend, don't worry.
Give me a persuasion. They probably don't believe me.
All right. Joke's on you. I have okay persuasion.
Joke's on you about a 7.
That is a 16. Yeah.
16. There was like, as it was first coming, there was like a gunshot and then another gunshot, and it just kind of ricocheted
Immediately
off of
killing
the metal cabs,
No.
off of the metal. And then you said like, no, he's a friend. It's okay. And they're, honestly, a lot of them are just kind of getting out of its
All right.
way. And where are you going to situate
I'm gonna
it?
go in front of the front lines. The front lines. Front is
Okay.
Front or front lines.
Yes. And I'm just gonna wait for whatever it is to pop out. I'm gonna. If Harkin and Heidi are there, which they probably would be there before I am. I don't know. Actually, it depends. I can fly, but I guess I wouldn't be flying when I'm running from the scrapyard. Yeah, I'd be waiting for them.
If we're not already
Or
there.
I'd try. Yeah, and if they are there, I would meet up with them.
All right. So where did Harkin
I took
and
us
Heidi
there.
end up?
I
Where
took
so
us-
you guys are going. You see the front.
As soon as we split up, I pretty much, like, grabbed Heidi if she'd allowed and moved us with my speed and my jump.
Okay. Whoop. Okay. Also, are you guys have your disguises
Yes.
on?
I didn't think of it. I was just moving into the city. Disguises are not a thing on for my guy,
Okay.
so he already's forgotten he had one.
To be fair, the only reason that you wanted one was because we were breaking into
Yeah,
a building.
exactly. So he's
So they see the Rangers are sitting there, and they see Heidi and Harkin just flying over towards them and just land. Boom! And there's some dirt that comes up. It actually is a fairly
Yeah.
soft landing because you used your gravity powers. So you land, and it's not like boom. It's just like whoop. And they're looking at you guys just like, did you just
no, I jumped.
fly
We're
in
gonna help.
here?
We're here to help. Just
Oh, that helps to clarify.
I'm kind of moving in front of them because Donnie was right, and oh god, I have, just to be clear, I have 3 complications. One is obviously accident, so sometimes my powers make bad things happen. The other is obviously phobia of exactly what we're about to face, but the last one's responsibility, where I feel like now that I have these things, I have to do some good with them. And I've been battling with that one. Thank you, Donnie.
Yay!
So, I'm, like, awkwardly walking in front of them like I'm gonna be the last bastion of hope and defense, and I'm barely not pissing myself.
Okay. As so you arrive there, the Rangers are looking at you suspiciously. Give
Like
me
I
a
said, I'm
persuasion
telling them
roll.
we're here to help. Yeah.
I'm here to help.
10. Straight down the middle.
10. They're kind of looking at you like
Yeah.
suspiciously because you just flew in. They don't know what to make of you, but as that's happening, they hear the rumbling, and coming down from one of the hills is this. Are the aberrations, and these things like there's a bunch of these mutant freaks things where they're like each one is different from each other. Like some have 3 legs and they're running, and they have like 2 arms on their back. Another one has kind of 2. Another one is almost kind of like an ooze and it's down the hill, and it's these weird creatures, and some of them are flying in the sky, and
Oh, boy.
I am going to give you guys
Okay.
each a hero point.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're all back up to 2?
Yeah. So as that happens, there's this strange pterodactyl-like creature that has it kind of resembles a pterodactyl in that it has these giant reptilian wings, and it's flying overhead, and it has this long mouth, and it has this vaguely humanoid body, and it has these straggly bits of black hair that are in its on its head, but it's almost like if you've seen someone who's like sickly, like it's just a few straggling bits of hair, and the thing lands just behind you guys and says, "Oh, I saw that. You have interesting powers. I look forward to adding those to the collection of the Brood.
The Brood. Writing that down. Okay, so these things are actually organized and not just crazy monsters. Great. Good to know. Good to know.
Right.
Good to know. This is not just, oh, some horrible thing happened. This is an invasion. Okay.
Yay!
Great. Super.
We're all gonna
Super.
die.
I'll be fine.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you for watching this last episode of the Disaster Squad. We will be coming back next week, and look forward to seeing you guys there. And thank you also
The Codfish.
to the players. You got Eric with
Twitch.tv/the Codfish with a Y.
Yeah,
Yo, Margos from Margos Games.
That link in the description.
Yep.
And Taylor, who's cool.
And Taylor, who's cool. Yes, I am. Bye.
All right, goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone. See you next time.